We'd like to do a poem for you called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," primarily because it won't be. You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Mendel Rivers to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner. The revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on reports from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lifes of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he had been saving for just the right occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so goddamn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally screwed Jane on Search for Tomorrow because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry-armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Keys, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, or Engelbert Humperdinck. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
What up, YouTube? The one thing man fears is the unknown. Let's stop shucking and jiving. Giving up our individual rights for the feeling of well-being is the main game of the last 2 decades. Security promised by our various government agencies as they, not so secretly, usher in modern serfdom. Derision made public as they spy the peoples of the world pleading to be delivered.
Oh, how they get on their knees and pray,
they say, for the rescue from evils of outside threats from beyond. Take your individual rights and place it on the counter. It pays for your illusions. Our representatives do not advocate for our interests as working Americans. They do reinforce the will of the faceless corporations, bending us over and prepping us for Daddy Long Stroke. Daddy Long Stroke. Our government procures customers, via corporate interest, of course, and the special interest lobbies of the whores of consumerism. That would be us. Hope that our public cretins will change is a waste of time. Once a great nation, now only known for its exports of brazen bullshit. How can the land of the free exist when we are hobbled by debt? Washington, D.C. has allowed Wall Street and Zionist interests to literally squander the future of all of us who are not the financial elite. War is big business. America would not exist without it. The currency of the whoremonger are lies, fraud, and quick fixes. Lies about causes for war. Hocus pocus that powers fraud. Think bailout. The quick fix that digs the hole deeper, while the bed sheets are soiled from their fornication with banksters. You forget that Social Security is not an entitlement. You paid into the system just like a retirement plan, a pension fund, etc. But the pimps thrive in Washington, D.C., thinking it is their money to give to you as they see fit or spend as they see fit. This IOU system is nothing but sleight of hand, a cheap card trick Uncle Sam taught the Congress. No longer the beacon of freedom and liberty, no longer the envy of the world. Reality TV has warped your mind. Game shows and lottery tickets make you salivate with imaginings of how you would be better consumers. Soaps, whether daytime or nighttime, provides you with your Calgon moments. What addiction of choice do you employ as liberty runs out of the dead hooker's veins? Sign of the times. Sign of the times. Americans keep wandering down the streets of broken promises as it daydreams of better pimps. Hustlers that won't take all their money. Pimps that take a little nookie from them in the morning and send them out at night. The floozies refuse to take a long, hard, objective look at themselves. They fall for the okey doke, otherwise known as the sales pitch, every time, wearing the rose-colored glasses and keeping hope alive. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. What happened to this supposed Christian nation? Is this a declaration of the impotence of your God? Or is this resistance to the commands of your God? Would Christian leaders lie every time they open their mouth? Would the God of the New Testament allow Christians to support wars based on total fabrication of the media and intelligence? Or is that the God of the Old Testament that is good with this? Would Christians support men and women who steal from others to make its citizens think that it was okay, while telling the prostitutes of the age of Aquarius to shop and make America strong? You say no employment? Fine. Go buy a car or a home. No income? Fine. Take your MasterCard and subscribe to the fallacy that debt is wealth. Lies are truth after all. Or is that something a Christian has to tell him or herself so selective hearing can be effective? Am I angering you, or do you see?
Greed, good.
Legalized theft, changed laws, misled investors, steal funds, push stockholders aside. Oh, you have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, played, snowed, led astray, and betrayed. What you don't know can't hurt ya. Can it? Are you aware? Sign of the times. Did you like when the former Mac Daddy said,
"There will be no child left behind"?
Were you too obtuse to determine this was not about the children? Or did you put your head in the sand? I guess the dumbing down of America was not such a hard job. After all, you are taught how to perform, not to think. They encourage you to work for corporations, not yourself. They encourage you to work for corporations, not yourself. And to abandon free thought, truth, and the willingness to question reality. Want another glass fluoride? When trapped with the prospects of being held accountable, Big Pimpin' Posse passes laws. to grant immunity for the elite few. After dressing to the hilt, the panderers exempt the upper crust from the rules, while preaching that the rule of law applies to all. Oh, America, these corporations, Wall Street, the courts, and your government got you all pimped out. They've turned you out for slave wages. No worries. Appreciation is shown by the likes of NAFTA and the continual shipping of your jobs overseas. The con is strong, and as you accept this meager compensation, survive, Sister Sadie and Brother Downtrodden, but don't live. They tricked you out ferociously by forcing you to work longer hours with more responsibility for less money. Outrageously expensive or no health care, and no stability. The hustle works because your apathy and ignorance is too great. They know the score and use intimidation tactics, exposing you to the real that you are expendable. Is it your fetish to be humiliated, flagellated, and discarded like a sex slave? Frown all you want, but you never had rights. You have provisional granted privileges. And what good is liberty if you do not have permanent and inviolable sovereignty or freedom? The rise of imperialist fascism in America is the orchestrated result of the door of America being deliberately left ajar. Know your place. OG gangsters use the government as their stage and podium, working diligently to secure their freedom, while the corporate employees may act only by permission. You dare think the revolution would be televised when the famines, the enslavements, the wholesale destruction, the bloodshed, the wars, persecution were perpetrated by mankind's governments, supported by religion, and promoted by the media. You will not wake from your delirium. A good pimp learns from predators and parasites. They, like vampires, drink the true blood of their employees. Get real. I am pissed, and I'm not going to take it anymore, is but a distant battle cry as the harlot and the streetwalker takes payment for services rendered. Oh, dear heart, the orgies of the sirens of Congress and the Medusa known as the Senate is singing you the swan song. Brace yourselves for the ramifications of your new reality if you are not too busy building the fortress of safe distance within your mind. Sign of the times. Sign of the times.